So I just want to talk a bit about the doses of Manjaro. Everybody starts off on the 2.5 milligrams, and this is what they call the loading dose. My first month, I lost a stone on the 2.5. So I decided to stay on the 2.5 for the next month. So I got another 2.5 pen and done another full 5 weeks. It wasn't until the third week of the second pen I just started to have a few hunger pangs, and I was a little bit worried about staying on the 2.5 because if the hunger come back, I was just worried that it might, because it was only a couple of months in, might sort of sway me back into bad habits. So I decided to go up to the 5. So 2 months on the 2.5 and then up to the 5. The 5 milligrams is the only dose that I didn't really gel with. Even in the first week, I was feeling a bit sick. I just didn't feel great on the 5. So I did the 5 weeks and moved up to the 10. And I understand from a few other people that they've had a few issues on the 5 as well, worse than what the 2.5. I get that it's double the dose, but I don't know. I just couldn't. I wasn't happy taking the 5, and I didn't lose any weight on the 5 milligrams. And there was nobody to actually talk to or say, how did you get on with this? Because it's only recently that it's hit the news and more people are trying the Manjaro. So I decided to move up from the 5 after the 5 weeks onto the 7.5. And as soon as I was on the 7.5, the first week, all the feelings of feeling sick had gone, and it was just like being on the 2.5 again. My losses were sort of £2 to £3 a week, which I think is plenty to lose. That's a good calorie deficient amount and a sustainable amount to take off. If you want to lose so much so quick, unless you're working out, you are going to end up with loose skin. So far, mine's not too bad because other than the first 2 stone, my weight has trickled off quite nicely. So yeah, the 7.5, I decided to stay, and I'd done two full rounds of the 7.5, and then I went up to the 10. I done 5 weeks on the 10, and then I went up to the 12.5 because I thought it's not a huge jump. So I done 5 weeks on the 12.5, and now I'm on the 15. My losses are steady. I'm still losing. Some weeks it's £1, other weeks it's 2 or 3. So, and like I say, no loss doesn't matter because your body's adjusting. So don't forget to, do your measurements, because you might not be losing in pounds, but you could be losing inches. So the fact that you're not gaining is a positive, and it might be that you just need a higher dose to actually get your losses. So if you're on a dose and you're not losing, don't lose hope, because like I say, the 5, I lost nothing. And I assumed, being double the dose, that I would lose another stone. But it didn't. I didn't actually lose any weight, and I felt a little bit sick. So I think it's just your body adjusting, getting used to the medicine. And it's a long journey. It's not going to happen overnight. For some people, they lost like 2 stone in the first month. I don't know if they were working out, but right up until this month of this year, I haven't actually done any exercise because I had major surgery in November, and it's took me quite a while to get over that. And I was still wearing a binder in January, and I managed to get the all clear in January. So exercise wise, me and the treadmill is a no-go. I use the vibro plate every couple of days, and I've started going swimming once a week. So I go and bob in the water. I'm never going to win the Olympics, but hey ho. It's doing exercise a little bit unstrenuous, without the weight of my body causing more pain. So if you can, swimming is actually a good way of getting a bit of exercise, even just going out. And, you take the weight from your limbs, and it's actually good for you. But back to the doses. If money is a factor, then stick at a dose for a bit longer. There is no set rule to say that you have to go up after your 4 doses, or in my case, 5 doses. You don't have to do it. And I done 2 months on the 2.5, and I done 2 months on the 7.5. Had I have thought about it, or if I went back in time now, I would have probably stuck at the 7.5. I suppose after I didn't lose much on the 5, I wanted to sort of kickstart and thought, if I go up onto the next one, then I should lose loads. But it didn't work like that. I'm still losing, and it's steady. But obviously, the higher the dose, the higher the cost. So if you can stick on the smaller doses and you are losing weight, then you don't have to go up. You can stick at what you're doing and go up when you feel ready to go up. Don't go up because it's set in stone that you do 4 weeks on this one and 4 weeks on that one. Obviously, the quicker you get to the higher dose, the more money you're spending. So it's not just about the money. Obviously, if the dose you're on isn't working, then you may have to go up. I did speak to one person about they were feeling really bad on the 5. So I said, well, don't give quite the whole dose. So instead of going from 2.5 to 5, if you give a bit less, then you're not doubling your dose and shocking your body that way. I mean, we're all different, and it's not a case of one shoe fits all. Everybody's slightly different in their tolerance levels. A lot of people suffer with constipation. And believe it or not, I actually found the vibro plate was quite handy in getting things moving, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so if I was struggling, I would use some lactulose and sit on the vibro plate, not the toilet. But yeah, it's just to say, really, for those that are starting, you do not have to go up if you're not ready. Just wait and see how you feel. Don't be too keen to jump up through the doses. And like I say, financially, you're going to get the extra dose anyway at the 5th dose. So that'll bring your costs down. And also do a couple of months on the 2.5. For me, I lost a stone in both months. So for me, it worked. For you, it may not. I can only tell you what my journey's been and what I would do different if I went back. I suppose my only thing I'd change if I could was doing it a year ago, and not sitting there with the injection in the fridge for a few weeks because I was too afraid to actually use it, which is silly because my daughter's diabetic, so I've injected her. She injects all the time and she doesn't flinch. And there was me just thinking she was quite hard, But yeah, once I'd done a jab, it was like, I don't know what the fuss was about. And I did actually go to bed thinking, oh my God, what if I don't wake up in the morning? And I've been fine. Not everybody's the same. We have obviously a Dave Stalker who thinks that it's killing people, and you believe what you like. It's like I said in my last video, that you can't always pin one thing down. I mean, the fact that we're overweight in the first place makes us more at risk of a lot of weight related problems, whether it's a heart attack, a stroke, whatever. Like I said, I had multiple blood clots on both lungs and pneumonia. And I think most of that was down to the fact that I was clinically obese. And the medication I'm on doesn't help. I'm on pregabalin, I'm on tramadol. So they make you constipated before you start on the Mounjaro. I'm on other meds as well. But you just do what you think is right for you, not what everybody else says they're doing. If you are happy on the 2.5, carry on. Do it for a month, 2 months, 3 months. There's no rule set in stone saying you have to go up after 4 weeks. So I wish you all luck on your journeys. I'm at 4 stone 4 pounds. I haven't lost anything for the last week. But am I bothered? Not at all. It will come off next week. See you later.